up, Danny?
Mr. Frazier, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
Never felt better, never had more. Why are you calling this store the bong shop? I have to wonder.
The neighbor is a glass pipe shop, so I figured it sounded fitting.
You know, I had a store next door to not a head shop necessarily, but now they call them vape stores, right? So I had one of my laundries next door to this place, and the owner was always in there. The guy that operated the place was always in there. So if I ever had anything to say to him, I would walk in and I'd look around and I'd say, I need a knife and a bong and a sword. And then he was like, okay, so to help you, I have for you, you know.
Oh yeah, completely random shit.
Laugh about the things that he would sell. We don't have any history with this location, and picture's worth 1,000 words. It looks like you found who you believe is the guy, and you've got some buy, biz, sell. The laundromat happens to be for sale for $600,000, or is that the whole building?
No, it's the laundromat, believe it or not. After seeing those pictures, yeah. Just the laundromat.
Well, they did freshly paint the walls salmon colored.
That is pretty fresh. That might be a keeper.
Bro, just unbelievable. Hours, 6 a.m. to 8:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Somebody's dragging their ass in there to open and close every day.
Oh, yeah.
What's this picture with the doors chained shut? Is that after hours?
That's after hours. That's their security system there.
Very nice. You know,
I thought so too.
When I see a chain and a lock like that, first of all, I could pick that and faster than you could use a key. But when criminal types see that, they think, hey, I want in there. I'm going to put a rock through the glass, and then, you know, there's $1,000 worth of damage.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I think so. What I've discovered looking at this place, it's been on my radar for a little bit now. Sorry, give me a second. Let's pull over real quick. I think I don't think that. It appears that the pharmacy 2 doors down on the other side of the bong shop is the owner of the landlord of the property. And that's the name that comes up when I Googled it.
Khalid?
The name I went. Yeah, that's the Khalid Ali is the name I got. And I got that cell phone number off of records. Googled it. I did a slide dial. I don't know if you ever heard of slide dial, but I tried slide dialing it, and it goes straight to voicemail.
What is slide dialing? Does that mean you block your number?
No, it's pretty cool. It's a number you dial, and it takes you straight to their voicemail, so they don't even know you're trying to call them.
Get out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've used it in business and just for regular stuff in the past, and it's
Is it
awesome.
An app?
It's awesome. No, it's just a phone number you call. It's all free and everything.
Get out.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah. Do that.
Definitely worth it for people.
All right, well, let's call this dude up. Now, it's not your understanding that Khalid also operates the laundry, or you don't know?
Well, the listing shows for sale by Landlord, and from what I've seen, the way it looks like he took, I don't know if he took it over or not, but I don't think he operates it. He does have a lady in there that is supposed to keep it clean and take care of it.
Yes or no question, but if it says that the laundromat is for sale by Landlord, then yes, he's both.
Right.
All right, here we go. Khalid. Slide dial. Subscribe. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these moments when the guy doesn't answer.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
Without slide dialing, it goes to voicemail, so I'm going to try again to see if curiosity will get him to answer. Stand by. You know, it's $600,000 calling. You'd think he'd answer.
Your call has been forwarded to an
Oh.
automated voice messaging system. 7-1.
That time it went straight to voicemail, like he's doing something else. Khalid! Subscribe. Or else. You won't see these. All right, I'm going to hit him with a text.
Okay.
And you can put it in the Google document.
Got it.
Simple. Please call me about your laundromat listing. Right? Being ambiguous.
I think he might be doing it to a broker, just a heads up. But
okay, it's fine. I don't. It doesn't matter. But you found his information, backdoored it. You didn't find it because it's on the listing. So now he knows why I'm calling. So I'm going to try again. If he's looking at his phone, he'll know who we are. Here we go. Subscribe.
Hello?
Khalid.
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Calling about your property on Massachusetts. I'm Danny, by the way. The Coin Laundry. You own the building, Khalid, and operate the laundromat. Is that correct?
No, I'm neither. I'm in the pharmacy. I rent from the pharmacy spot. I can put you in touch with the landlord and the owner of the
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Who
you ready?
Yes, please.
Sammy. His name is Sammy.
Okay. And his name is Sammy. That's the actual dude that owns the building?
Yes.
Thank you, Khalid. I appreciate the time. I might end up being your neighbor. I run a bunch of laundries all over the state. Not wanting to take your time. Yeah, we my misinformation. I thought you were the guy. So he runs the laundry as well currently. The previous tenant left.
I don't know anything about it, but I have to go.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thanks for answering.
Take care. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Khalid does not want to get involved. He's got to go.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's call before he can call Sammy. They probably know each other.
Okay.
Subscribe. Weird.
Hello?
Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy, my name is Danny. I am looking at some commercial space here on Massachusetts Ave. Got your name from Khalid, the pharmacist. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I would like to lease. I would like to lease the laundry. So you own the building and the laundromat, is that right? You operate the laundry as well?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. And you want to lease the laundry?
I would like to lease the laundromat. That is correct. I've got stores in 3 states. I've been doing coin laundries for 16 years now. My partner and I.
Crazy. I just leased it to. I just talked to a guy that is a professional laundry guy, salesperson.
He's I'm guessing he's a distributor, so he sells equipment and laundromats.
Yeah, and he sells laundromats. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And I talked to him this morning, and I do want to sell it.
Okay.
And we were talking about numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And he really loves the location because of the apartments that are behind it.
Right.
And there's also going to be where the Kmart's are. That's all going to be apartments.
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying, did you see that laundromat? He says it's really run down. He's recommending to rebuild it, like put new equipment, and he says I'll make a lot of money. But I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he wants you to operate it and retool it, sure.
Yes, and I don't want to operate it. My dad was operating it.
But your dad never made a lot of money, Sammy. He never got rich like the distributor told you he would. I wonder why.
No, my dad was having fun actually with it.
Cash is different, bro.
Yeah, he's making his $5-6 a month. He's happy, you know.
Yeah, cash hits you different. And $6,000 a month is great, but you know, your dad, I'm guessing, we're going to talk for a minute here. So your dad wasn't allocating rent to himself. He didn't retool the store. I mean, this place could be doing $30,000 a month, you know, easily.
I'm pretty sure. What do you want to do with this? Do you want to buy it?
Well, let's talk about two things. You have it for sale for $600,000 on Buy Biz Sell. You know that's not going to happen, right?
Okay.
That's not the whole building. That's just the laundromat business.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing, I'm just an operator. My partner and I want to sign a long-term lease, give you the rent on time, retool the store. You spoke to a distributor, and I want to touch on that because you were kind enough to give me that information. What's the biggest front-load washer he wants to sell you?
We haven't got to that point.
Right.
This was just today.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
My dad left back home a couple months ago.
Okay. But
here's one of the guys that sells liquor stores. He was gonna sell it. Never got me nobody.
Another broker.
And then they got me this guy today, just today actually. And the guy that put a liquor store, I guess, put it on BizBot Ben. I haven't signed no contracts with nobody. I haven't done nothing with nobody.
I hear you. Well, let me talk about what I already know, okay? Because I'm in the business of laundromats. I don't do liquor stores. I don't do car washes. None of that. The distributor. Now, you spoke to a distributor. That's the term for the guy that builds laundromats and sells laundromats and does all this. Your first question should be,
he's a broker.
Your first question should be, well, why don't you run laundromats if it's such a great business, or nail salons, or any of the businesses that they broker?
I don't have time for the laundromat anyway. I don't want to, even if it costs me $10,000 to remodel, and I'm going to make $1 million. I don't want to do it.
Well, all I'm trying to get across here, I like your style.
What I'm trying to do is what is it that you want to do?
I want to lease the space from you and give you the rent check on time every time, because I'm going to bring every distributor in.
You don't want to pay nothing for the laundromat.
It's really hard to speak to you. I'm sorry, what?
And you don't want to pay nothing for the laundromat?
I'm too smart for that.
So you want a free laundromat? You're just going to pay for the lease and a long-term lease.
Imagine that. What'd your dad pay for it? Nothing. What'd you pay for it? Nothing.
$250,000.
Oh my God! But he scooped his money out. It's not an argument. You might find someone that is willing to buy the store. He paid $250,000. You want $600,000. Where'd you arrive at $600,000? What's that? Why is that the price?
I didn't put no $600,000. I'm telling you, the guy said that you could get $600,000. I don't know jack shit about the laundromat.
Okay, it's on Buy Biz Sell for $600K.
Okay. And your offer from $600K is just I'll pay lease.
Right, of course. I want to get you back to landlording. I want to get you back to land. Look, you could vanilla the space. You could get rid of the laundromat.
Huh?
And it's just hard to talk at the same time. You could vanilla the space, get rid of the laundry, take not only the equipment out, but the infrastructure. That's all I want. I'm after the infrastructure. And it may not be about doing this today with you. You put it in very simple terms. Yes, absolutely. I don't want to buy the business, because businesses, as you know, are bought and sold based on profit, and the profit isn't there. But I want to retool it. I'm going to spend the money on that day one. Bring the same distributor and others that I deal with, have them fight over the price for the equipment. That's why I asked, what's the price for the biggest piece of equipment? They don't even give pricing. You're basically talking to distributors who sell equipment, but instead of doing that, they mask it all behind, wow, this place can make you a bunch of money. Yeah, but you don't want to do it. You said it 3 times. So if you want to lease it to someone who's good at this, we'd love to talk terms with you.
Okay.
I don't have a crystal ball, my friend. I don't know how long it might take to sell it, how much money you can get. But I do know this. If you're able to sell it for, let's say, $200,000, your tenant, if they try to run it the way it is, they're not going to do well. And then you're going to have to churn through another tenant. You know that as well as I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, my offer is that. I'd love to talk terms.
Thank you for your offer.
Sure.
I am going to consider it, and I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
Most likely, I'm not going to go with it.
No, I know what that means.
That should be above us.
Sure.
But thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Listen.
Yes.
Saying that you'll consider it and think about it, I know precisely what that means. It's a qualifying statement. Fine, I'm not selling anything. I'll keep an eye on the store. I'll call you in 6 months, and we'll talk again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
What a ride.
That was a crazy roller coaster.
Well, not really. But
for me, I guess.
so it's not only what we learned in the call, but it's the underlying truth of the call. Without him saying it, we know some things that are important, and you didn't put that in any of the notes.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you did. You did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been writing.
His dad spent $250,000 on the laundromat. I doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it. His dad might have spent $250,000 on the building.
Right.
But stuff kind of gets lost in translation, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Stuff gets lost. But it's important to know without asking, hey, what's the history of this building? What's the history of this laundromat? What can you tell me about your father, your mother, your granddad, how your family business works? What is your family tree? That's none of my business. But he went from, oh, yeah, it's a great business, we're going to do this and that. Then he said it's not for sale for $600. Yeah, we found the listing.
Right.
I just talked to, you see, he said himself, this morning he spoke to a broker, a distributor, same. He's got all these folks in his ear. There's no way this deal is going to happen for you when he's got people telling him, oh, man, first of all, that distributor wanted to sell him equipment, right? He said, you should retool it. He's not a business broker. He's a laundry broker by definition. And then when he says, no, I don't want to deal with the hassle. So he flips the switch to, well, let's retool it and sell it.
Right.
This one particular phone call is a dichotomy of why we don't buy laundromats, because none of it makes sense. And we're not putting our finger on the pulse of any one store and saying, that's going to be my store.
Right. Exactly.
We are taking a shotgun approach to every store with infrastructure that is a laundry, whether it's open, closed, happens to be for sale or not. So you've got the good notes. Your homework on this store, literally set your calendar for 6 months from today.
Okay.
Now, you might already have another store hooked up by then. Great. But we still call this one. That's up to your momentum. By the way, keep a close physical eye on it, because more equipment goes out of order. They truncate their hours from 8:30 to 6 or whatever they do. We can nudge him by calling and saying, hey, by the way, today's been a crazy, hectic day for our friend Sammy.
Right.
He's been all over figuring out what he's going to do with the laundromat and talking to somebody saying, hey, man, you see, this is the blood in the water that I talk about. When you put a mattress out on the street corner and say, for sale, $10, and 100 people knock on your door, you start to think, maybe I should have asked 20. This guy's excited about the opportunity that he has. Let 6 months go by. Let him simmer on it a little bit. See where he's at then. All right. Keep me in the loop. Let me know what you find out.
Will do. Thanks, boss.
Ciao, brother. That's it. That's what we do. Did you subscribe? Because when you do, you won't miss my fun lives. And I appreciate you. Be selfish. Don't miss any of these. If you're commenting here, comment in the video itself. I don't know empanada shops. I know how to eat in a restaurant. I don't know dry cleaners. I send my shirts out to them. I don't know dollar stores or national chains other than my involvement in being a consumer, but I do know laundromats. When I got involved in this business, when I started looking into it almost 20 years ago, there was no information. Look at the timeline, nothing available. That vacuum has been filled since by distributors, business brokers, and quasi-laundromat professionals that are all over YouTube. Look at their data points. They started popping up in 2019. Hey, I've been doing this for 16 years. No one, from the president of the associations to the folks that have 4 or 40 laundries, no one has their fingers and as many pies as I do. My fingers are in the laundromat pies. How does that help you? Get my course. Oh, there it is. Everybody jump off. This is entertainment? Okay, great. There are courses left, right, and center. There's courses about how to do courses. But this is the real stuff. The information, it's a couple $100. Always been guaranteed. Why? It comes back to me. I'm the kind of guy that would never buy a course, that doesn't trust anybody that puts them out. That makes me the perfect one to provide this information to you. At every single turn, be it marketing or lack thereof, I don't do it. None. Zero marketing. You won't be on Instagram and see me pop up and go, hey, get my course. My Instagram's all about my competition shooting career. Me cursing on this channel doesn't really do well for me. It's okay. I'm not going to hide that or who I am. Life is very, very good. The water's fine. Come on in. You're in New York, LA, anywhere in between, Guam, Puerto Rico, the Philippines. I've put people in stores in 28 countries and counting. So if you're new, like, subscribe, thank you, means a lot. Sign up for my newsletter, that's free. The link's in the description. But if you want to jump in with both feet, if you're like me, do this thing. Always guaranteed my information. Guaranteed. Not guaranteed to have you opening a laundry. I don't know who you are or what you're capable of. It's guaranteed that it will teach, train, and mentor you. They're videos just like these. Nobody wants to read a book. I've got more calls to make. I appreciate you. Today on this call, what we did was lay the groundwork for future involvement and really made that landlord, Sammy, think. Made him think about what his options are. All these pieces are on the chessboard. We're not a pawn, we're not a king, we're somewhere in between at this point. You want to be a king? I got you.